and gentlemen, my name is Takir, and today we're going to be back for episode 9 of the World of Solitude server. And if you enjoy the series, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And in today's episode, we're actually going to be doing something that has never been done in this season so far. So I hope you're going to enjoy it, and don't forget to comment if you're actually curious, and if you have other suggestions for the next videos. So actually, let's get right into the first skip of this video. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Industrial District, which is actually probably the district that has least evolved. And by the way, we have to do these walls. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any ideas for these walls, leave it down in the comment section below. I will probably be doing them in the next 3 episodes sometime soon. So really soon we will be doing those walls. So baby zombie alert. We do not have any arrows. We do not have any arrows. And we didn't have our diamond sword on us, so we'll probably finish him. Which is really annoying because the server is, I actually have a pretty good connection. And yes, we're at 41 death. So right now I'm actually showing you some pretty background grind, which is not something you must be used to, as I don't really show this normally. So ladies and gentlemen, I have a couple of things to say before we actually start. Today, the thing that we're going to do is we're going to be pranking people with these materials on us. I think that's going to be enough, because we're not making a big prank. We're actually going to be pranking 2 people, which one is Jackal Wolf, and the other is Sweeney Dunstan and Spiral Queen. They live both in the same base. So we're going to be pranking both of these people with small pranks, and I just want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is just for fun. We are basically, we are not like in competitions or anything. We are a friendly server, and whatever is going to be that's going to happen today is not with bad intentions. If it does turn out wrong for them, I'm going to help them clean up and all that stuff, but I will not be breaking any of their blocks and not be trying to kill them. This is basically basic rules when you're playing and making a prank on a survival server. Now, there's a couple of other things that I want to say. I got a new mic, and if you like this audio a lot more, please leave it down in the comment section below and just say that you like this new audio a lot more. So I'm going to be continuing actually grinding this, and then I'm going to show you the 3 vehicles that we're going to be using, and we're going to go start with Jackal Wolf. Actually, maybe Sweeney Dunstan. Let's see, once we're up there. Gentlemen, welcome back, and this is one of my many test worlds. As you can see, this might be actually really familiar. This is our old AFK fishing farm, which I'm not able to enter apparently. So this is our old AFK fishing farm, which we kind of introduced in this, which actually looks amazing once I look at it again. And I kind of made a mini version of it here, which I decided to do a lot more black, because it's kind of camo now. So this will be our 3, basically, our 3 assault, basically, the vehicles that we're going to be using to conquer land. So we're going to have 2 versions of this tank, and they do count as different vehicles, as Sweeney Dunstan's base is in the water, so we're going to be using kind of a hover tank, which is kind of this modified version of the tank. So this is our normal tank, which you can probably identify which part is what. This thing is maybe a little bit more complicated, and I like it like semi, but I didn't have any other ideas how to do it. So basically this is kind of a floating thing, which makes the rest of the tank float, and this is kind of the motor, which makes the tank go forward, and this will be our little thing, our little plane, which will be help us invade them. I thought that was a little bit overkill, and it would have used too much resources, so we're going to stick with a little bit smaller things. So let's go directly to Jackal Wolf's base, and we'll be basically I'll be welcome at Jackal Wolf's base, and there's this base is called Storybook Village, and apparently there's a giant lollipop, or whatever that thing is, and a giant boot, which are both references, I guess, to storybooks, I guess. And there's this little wood thingy over there, which I think is like a house. So what we're going to do is, I think we're going to basically place 1 hover tank surrounding, basically going after this one, and 2 tanks on this one, and a flyer on this one. So that's still a lot of stuff. So let's get started with this. And for the tank, we're going to start with the base. So over here, we're going to put the tank directly here, and we're going to have to raise a platform, and this tank is actually 3 wide. So let's just create the first tank, the first hover tank on camera, and then we're going to create one flying unit on camera, and I'm going to finish the rest for this place. So let's get all of this on the second level, like this. And we're going to have to get a third level, or maybe not. We're going to have to get our glass, just like this. Get this all the way back on, like this. And over here, we're going to go gray for a 3-long cannon. And I completely forgot a color which I was going to use. I was going to use black concrete, but I think we have maybe coal in here. Yes, we do. We're going to be using coal instead for this. So we're going to put a coal block right up here. So boom. We've got a coal block to symbolize a cannon. Let's break these blocks right under, like so. And okay, now we have to actually create kind of a little square thing around this whole place. So let's grab this block and go around the whole complete tank, just like so. And this is actually a pretty easy tank to build. It literally took me like 5 minutes to create in my creative world, and yeah, I don't know what I can add to this. So right now we're just adding basically the floaty part and basically attaching it to the tank. And now it's time to actually add the driving thing, which we're going to add this once again. And I wanted to add this instead this time, as it kind of symbolizes, this is basically just testing out. If I don't like it, I'm literally going to put my purple thing back, which I don't like, so let's put a purple thing. And then let's look at the tank to see if it's actually looks good, or if we're gonna have to change it. So just like that. And I know I didn't use my silk touch pickaxe, but honestly, I don't really care for one single glass. And yeah, I do think it looks actually pretty cool. Now there's one thing that I forgot to do, and that's to cut all the edges, just like so. Boom, boom, and boom. And I'm gonna continue adding some tanks a little bit everywhere. And yeah, maybe the flyer and the 2 tanks over there, and I'll basically show you the update. So ladies and gentlemen, we now have our airplane, and I decided to make them from scratch because, I don't know, I don't like basically recopying what I like. Completely hopping from world to world over and over would have taken me an hour, and this is the plane that I've made. They're probably gonna be different every single time I make one, but that's really okay. So we have this hoverboard that we made, hoverboard. Yeah, I think that's a little bit more harmful than a hoverboard. Anyways, so we have other tank here and basically our plane. We have another hoverboard. I'm gonna call them hoverboard because I'm never gonna remember hover tank. We've got 3 tanks surrounding this one, and this is basically the share of the resources I could basically give to this base. So right now we're gonna go prank sweeney, which lives so far away. So we're gonna go to the closest person, and then we're gonna go straight to sweeney. So we're gonna go to Vargas's base right now. So let's start. Gentlemen, to the last base in this series, in this episode that we're going to be rating. This base is Spiral Queen's and Sweeney Dungeon's base, which looks amazing and is actually a drowned farm. Not intentionally, but it is kind of like a drowned farm. Now this base is done by 2 people, and that explains its size. It's by a lot the biggest base on this server, and each and every single time I come on here, I am crazily impressed. I really like this new thing they added just to like the item conduct, and I verified most of this. I think all of this is actually spoiler proof, so I think we are good on that point. There's a couple of boats. I think one of those is ours. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to start placing in basically our things. And what I also want to do this time around is kind of actually make this guy kind of in a detention mode. it's their fighting ship. It's not on the move. We don't want this ship to basically stop our guys from actually doing anything. we're gonna make a basically really basic detention center for this little guy. So let's just kind of go around and wrap it around with these two things. And let's go with a 2 and 1. So 1, 2, 1. Just like that. So 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. And this is basically just going to say that we're holding it in place so it can't fight against our ships. Just basically to make sure that they're going to have to pay the diamonds, which they're not going to have to pay. And actually, I don't know if we're actually going to be able to leave a book, as we don't have the materials to leave a book. And, yeah, I'm not going to take the materials from someone I just pranked to create something so I can prank them. That would just be weird. So, I could actually ask Sweeney or Spiral in chat without them knowing. I could take the materials to make a book from their base. And they will probably know what's happening. I hope they won't, but come on. It's Sweeney Dance and Spiral. They don't know what's happening. Anyways, we are almost finished doing this whole wraparound thing. I hope it's gonna end on like an actual good thing where you know it kind of all matches up, which it looks like it's not gonna do. Anyways, so we've got this whole thing in detention, and just to prove this a little bit more, we're gonna go down here and add like 3 down on each and every single corner. And what seriously? Like a fishing rod and a nautilus shell. I am judging on that one. Come on, it's not a good combination. Okay, so nautilus shell, which we can give to Jax the legend, as he's been searching for those for a while, and they've been adding little trees a little bit everywhere, which honestly really makes this place look magical. Okay, so let's bring this down by 3 once again, and this last one also. 1, 2, 3, and we have to break this finally. And this is the detention center for this little guy. Done. So what we're gonna do is I'm maybe gonna let's add a hover tank on every single side of these. Maybe an aircraft there, 2 aircrafts, and a single aircraft after looking at the materials. And then we're gonna see how much material we're gonna have left, and maybe actually do a tank at the bottom there. So let's get started on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our finished prank. We did the barrier around that thing so it doesn't kill our 4 tanks, or 4 hover tanks that are up here. With the things, we have 3 tanks down here with a crystal, and that crystal is kind of like a bomb, and we're threatening them to give us the diamonds or the bomb explodes. And we're not really gonna have to leave any signs, as soon as you see that, you know it's from me, honestly. I'm the only one that uses purple, and I've been judged a couple of times in this server from using purple. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more pranks videos, please just write hashtag prank down in the description below. And if you have any ideas for the rest of this season of projects and all, ooh, there's a big thing on top. If you have any ideas for projects for this season, please leave them in the description below. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.